Your Sims Forever world save that you've spent hundreds of hours in, and it could be being corrupted right now, and you wouldn't even know it. So, hey there, we're going to dive in today and see what we can do to try to help protect our Forever world. If you've ever lost a beloved save file to corruption, or if you're worried about protecting either a legacy family or your Forever world, like I am here, that you've been playing for months, this video is for you. Today we're doing a deep dive into saving files and protecting files because The Sims 4 wasn't designed for forever saves, and corruption is almost inevitable without proper care. Sometimes no matter what, especially with more and more content being released, that corruption is just kind of that ever looming in the background. So the main thing is the Sims 4 engine wasn't built to handle massive saves and massive data logs for long-term gameplay. Corruption is happening gradually through invisible decay that you won't even really notice until it's already too late. Every single action your sim takes, from moodlets to habits and even skills, inventory, it's saved and logged permanently into that saved file. Even if you delete a family fully from your game, it won't remove all of their data that has already been logged. Some expansions, such as the For Rent expansion, makes this corruption accumulate even faster as there's just more data to be logged. Every interaction that they have with each other, with others, all is tracked into the game. So the more Sims you have, the more activity you have, the more that's going to slowly bog down your game and bloat it. Here you can see are my Sims saves. I'm wondering if just by scrolling and looking at the size of the files over here, if you might be able to guess which one is my Forever World. Because if you're guesstimating it is the save files that have the 10,000 KBs, then you are right. Those are definitely my forever saves. And my forever world as a new thing is something that I really want to make sure I'm taking care of because I just started it, you know? Which brings me to my first thing. Very important, especially when doing things or when doing saves such as forever worlds and legacy plays, it's really important to back up your game. So you want to manually back this up by going into the electronic arts inside of your documents folder in the this PC where you have your game downloaded, and then you're going to back up this entire Sims folder. So that can be as easy as copying it. You shouldn't do this when the game is on, but just copying it, pasting it, and it's going to copy all of your stuff over. So it's not going to be able to do this one because, of course, the game is open. But then you can just hit the rename button and get rid of the copy and instead write in today's date. And there you have it. So that would be your save for the future, or you can put it on an external hard drive. You should definitely be doing this save method of the system's backup either weekly or anytime you do a major gameplay session. So if you have accomplished something really big or you've been playing for hours, you could always do a save then. The next is to use the save as feature instead of the save feature. So the save feature is constantly creating more and more input data to be set into that same folder or that same save, as to where the save as is going to let you make it so you could either add a new save or, like I tend to do, where I have my forever save and my forever main. So one is the main gameplay and the other one is the save. As you can see, the save hasn't been saved recently. Let's go ahead and hit the save. We're going to save as a new, and we're going to write in today's date. Forever 7/25. And now it's been saved. It does suggest doing the save as every 30 minutes of gameplay. It just creates a fresh file. You can also name them systematically, like if it's a legacy, gen, and then the week that you've been playing. Or for the forever world, I could go to save as. I could say forever Blackwell, as this is my Blackwell sisters game. The other important thing that you can be doing is to upload important Sims and lots to your gallery regularly. So you can save rooms with precious items like paintings or photos that you've had your Sims take or paint, as well as saving or any other thing that might be needing to be saved from your inventory, like collectibles and whatnot. This is your insurance policy if everything else fails, so that you can instantly grab them off of the gallery. So to save a room, you'd simply go into build mode, click on the space, and then up here there is a save to library or save your lot to your library. So you can save either the full lot or this specific room if that is what you wish. If you don't have a room selected, you won't be able to choose the room. So that's good if you're trying to save maybe a specific space in your house that may have important stuff in it, such as masterpiece paintings and other things that you've actually had your sim create. You can also save the whole lot, which will nicely plop it into your gallery. It will have everything popping up. You can save it right to your library, or you can upload it to the gallery. This is just a nice little backup save for you to have it in case you need it. For your Sims themselves, you can do this by having your Sim either change their outfit and going into CAS, or you can shift left click and say modify and CAS. Once you're here, you can save the household, and this can be saved directly to your library. This will not save friends and inventory, but it will save any additional things they've learned as well as traits. If you use mods and custom content, it's very essential that you're making sure that you're updating your mods after every game patch, as well as clearing cache after adding in new mods and custom content. Use the 50/50 method to identify problemed mods. You should also remove outdated mods, even if it seems harmless. It could definitely be problematic, as well as you should be aware of mods that have been broken. They could create a permanent data debt on your save. I don't personally use mods, so I can't really help you with that too much. So we'll move right along. When in Manage World mode, we can go to our Manage Household section here. One good thing to help with your world size is a population control, essentially. We can set a maximum sim count inside of Manage Households. That was up here. Now we're here. So this would be the maximum sim count. Mine is set to 80. I think that should be good for me. Mark important households as favorites to protect them from being culled as far as inside the other household section. Since playing in my Forever World, I've had a couple of mistakes, such as, if you can see the land grabs here, they have 2 babies. Goth also have 2 babies, so I'll have to get rid of those Sims. Since then, I have gone in and exchanged out what they can and can't do. They are allowed to join new careers, leave a career, change romantic relationships, retire from a career, and have friendship changes. They're no longer allowed to move in or out, adopt children, have accidental deaths, rescue horses, cats, dogs, or have a baby. I originally had left have a baby on. Whoops. So that is now true for all of these Sims. And you can see all of the Sims that the game has for you. So that's a lot of Sims. And then it will say where they are right at the bottom. Ravenwood, currently not in world. So another big suggestion is to delete unused Sims and lots regularly. So the masters here, I have absolutely no idea who these people are. I don't think they even look semi-familiar to me. So I could just simply go into delete. Are you sure you want to delete the master's household? This action cannot be undone. Yes. Now, if any of my Sims have met them, they will still have that lingering data in the background. I'm not sure, however, if I don't think that they'd still be able to contact them. So I would want to go through, click on every Sim that I have no idea who they are, and I don't think they look interesting, and I'm not going to play them, and I just delete them, because this world is supposed to be to assist me with all of my Sims and having my Sims interact with each other. So having all these clog in Sims is just not something I want. There are some Sims that I'll want to keep, say like the Bros, the Bjorgesons, but I'll probably go through and make sure that I am making sure that they don't do certain things. Like this guy, the Venerils have a horse. So I must have had the adopt a horse off just long enough. These guys have a baby. It looks like maybe even 2 babies. Okay, these 2 are supposed to have a baby, so that might be okay. But yes, it's just kind of, you want to go through and make sure that if you don't need them, you're getting rid of them. I kind of like the ones that have the story because that means they have something going on with them. Now we can, however, edit and remove Sims from the household by creating a Sim. So as you can see, there are a lot of Sims, especially the currently not in world Sims, that can just kind of be removed unless you actually feel like you need them. Or like, this family isn't currently in world, but I do know that my Sim has interacted with her, and I think that keeping her around would make sense. But this guy, you know, he has no description. He's very weird looking. Just get rid of him, you know what I mean? This guy I've also seen in world. And as you can see when I'm clicking, so it does say I have a Sims count of 23, and if I delete this household and say yes, I still have a Sims count of 23. Because I'm not deleting households that are actively in the world. I don't think I can think of any currently that are in the world that I'd want to delete. So I can't delete the babies right from here, it seems. If there is a way to do it, I'm not currently finding it. So the other idea would be to find a household you already intend on deleting. Moving the babies there, clicking yes. We've transferred the babies there now. Now these 2 or that group has babies to deal with. Let's go here. These guys. Transfer. CL and Charlie land grab. I don't hate the idea of them having more kids. So let's put a pin in them. Now the Goths, I don't want to have more kids. So now that's also this household. So we're going to move the Goths over there. Okay. So now we can grab this, because these guys I made as a joke, and we can delete that household. Now those babies, their indent is going to always be on the Sims, like these guys. But now they're not in the world, taking up time and space. Apparently neither are the Goths. What? Okay, so I got to move them back in. But then I can move them to other households. Dang it, Marcus. Back in my households by doing that. The pancakes, other household. Okay, so now they're unplayed, which just means they won't pop up as played, but I'll keep them in my household so that they don't, like, get deleted or something. I also want these guys to be marked as unplayed because I don't actually intend on playing them anymore. So those are some quick, easy ways to go through and do that. The other thing would be to get rid of unused lots. So let's go to Magnolia, the Magnolia place. So here we have 3 retail businesses that I have never in my entire life gone to. So the idea would be to get rid of these. If you're not playing in a specific neighborhood, getting rid of the items from the houses as well as the houses themselves, if you don't want them, is important to help get rid of that bloating inside your game. You should also avoid using risky actions, such as using the bulldoze button. When you use the bulldoze button, some data may be left on the lot that you don't want to be left there and can cause lots having issues later with loading. So you should go through and delete everything manually if you grab things right. Was this a 2-story building? This was a 2-story building. It's a little bit more time consuming, but to me, the concept of having it not mess with my game in the future is way more important. So now we have a clean and empty lot that doesn't meet the requirements, but that's okay because I can just turn it into something else, like a park, nature park. Let's just make it a residential and leave it. No one's gonna move into it anyway. So there you have it. It's pretty easy to fully delete a lot, and there shouldn't be anything in the household inventory because there isn't a household inventory. So it also says never save with testing cheats active, which I never actually knew. I've never actually turned the testing cheats off. I've always just turned it on and then assumed it was on. So Whoops. I'll definitely make sure I do that one better in the future. I'm not exactly sure why it tells you not to do that, but it says that that kind of stuff can add an extra backlog information, which can bloat your game faster. It also says to avoid using the exit to main menu and save, as well as the saving and quitting. You want to save the game before you transition. So, since I'm already in the Blackwell Sister save, I'll just hit the save button. And that makes it so I can return to Manage Worlds and I don't have to save it. The next thing that it suggests is to turn off game memories inside of the game's options, which I don't see anywhere in here, so I don't know how to turn that off. The memory system records significant events inside of a Sim's life, and that causes a lot of... That is a feature that generates a lot of data. I don't use it, and it does seem like it's tied to screenshots, so I'm sure that means I am using it in some manner. Okay, dokie. So camera option, take screenshots, stop, screenshot capture manager. I like the outfit she's in right now. Oh, she just started a fire. Literally loaded in. Instantly, she starts a fire. Are you kidding me, right, Meows? I saw where you can save them, but I don't see where you can disable them, which is super annoying because this is also not where they're supposed to be saving, but that's fine. I never use them. I don't think I'll probably ever use them. So I'm just gonna move right along. Next thing, one of the other things on the list that I need to make sure I'm doing more is getting rid of stuff out of my inventory. Like, look at this. This is just a lot. So I'll make sure that I'm deleting stuff out of my inventory more frequently in the hopes to make sure that that's going to take up less time. Space as well in my Sims save file bloatedness. So we got to make sure we're cleaning our Sims inventory, especially the Sims that you don't play. So if you have an unplayed Sim somewhere that you played once, make sure you're getting rid of their inventories. You can also go into Sims that your Sim interacts with a lot, because they'll give them gifts and stuff, and you can make sure that they don't have anything. Next would be to disable unused expansion packs. So if you're not going to be playing with certain things, like one of the big ones I noted is Get Famous, which I just got, so I'm going to keep it installed. But if you're not playing with Get Famous and you don't want the fame system, it takes up a lot of extra memory. So turning it off and disabling it for a certain save is totally valid. We're going to go ahead and jump back into Manage Worlds, and we're not going to save because somebody tried to burn down her grill, as well as I saved a memory, and we're not going to do that. If you are a veteran player and you feel comfortable using the mods and stuff, which I don't, I think I want to like learn how to use like the command center and stuff eventually, because I had the command center at one point, but then I got rid of it. Using MC command center for population control, very helpful, can help with save file health, as well as better extensions mod for error detection, Sims 4 Studio for direct save file cleanings, and Sims 4 mod manager for CC organization, so custom content create organization. All of this can help kind of organize and keep your save file clean. When disaster strikes, use a recovery method. Identify your corruption. Game crashes when loading specific families. Lots become permanently broken, or frequent freezing or instability is happening. What happened with me is when I dropped Marcus for my last Let's Play, the main issue I had with him was when I went to save, I got an error, as seen here. That's what made me realize that I was starting to overdo it. I wanted to fix some things. When these kind of things happen, you want to make sure you're kind of understanding what's going on. My guesstimation is placing him down isn't clearly what caused the crash, since he is actively down. Most likely what caused the crash was me having him open a business. I want to have businesses, so I'll make sure that I'm having less inactive households and less member people so that I can have more businesses, because that's what's important to me. Just like if you have for rent, might be smarter to put your for rent person, if you plan on them having a lot of properties, on their own save file. then you don't have to worry about the saves overlapping or them crashing your other worlds or your other games. And let's be honest, if you're not going to have your other families living in their houses, is it necessary? I don't know. So some recovery steps would be you could split up problem families to isolate corrupted sims if you have a specific sim that is an issue. You can try the EA reset method by saving that folder, just like I said before, and then automatically deleting it and changing it back to the new file. You can also check for other backups that you can recover, and then watch out for OneDrive interference. OneDrive is a pain in the ass, and I don't know how to work with it yet. So I'm sorry I can't give you more information on making sure that OneDrive's not messing stuff up. But as you saw, this little symbol here on my file is a OneDrive thing. So OneDrive's having issues backing this up because there's not enough memory in OneDrive, which I don't need it to be saved to OneDrive. It's on my computer and I'm not going to put it anywhere else. But I don't know enough about OneDrive to fix that. So I'm sorry I can't help you any further on that one. Horrible, sad, and harsh truths that we have to live with. When the corruption is too bad, you want to start over. That's why you have your household saved. So like any lots that you built yourself, saving them to your gallery, family, saving them to the gallery. Because while they might lose their inventory, their relationships with other people, what they're not going to lose is the skills that you've built and you've spent so long working towards for them and things like that. So definitely make sure that you have all that and just go ahead and start over. Make sure that you're saving everything to the gallery. Transfer just your favorite sims and lots to the new save, and then start rebuilding those stories from scratch. Save file maintenance it's not a one-time fix. You can't just do it once. It's an ongoing commitment that you have to make sure that you're doing. But with these strategies, you can significantly extend your save file's lifespan and protect hundreds of hours of gameplay by making sure that you're at least getting those one-step heads on the off chance a save file does go bad, or you're stopping your save file from going bad to begin with, till eventually, sadly, the game decides to game on you. If you watch this video all the way to the end, I definitely suggest that you go and you save your files right now. Like, go ahead, back up all of your game, copy your Sims 4 folder, save your backups, go into your saves, save them in the save as function some other way, save that, make sure that save as is your new routine for your next gameplay. Make sure you're favoriting your Sims in the gallery today. Gallery. Sim. Favorite household. That's how you're supposed to do it. That I remember now. So you're favoriting these Sims because they're going to keep them in your house. They're going to keep them in your game, and they're not going to automatically call out Sims that you're actively favorited. But they will automatically call out other Sims. Good to know. Thanks, game, for doing that for us, having our back. Make sure that you're checking your mods, updating anything. Remember, it's not about if your save will face corruption. It's about being prepared when it happens. Which of these strategies are you going to implement first? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for some more fun Sims 4 tips and gameplay. I know that it's a hard and sucky topic to talk about, having to protect your worlds from save crashes, but my heart sank yesterday when I got that error and I could not save my sim. He's still in the game. I do have to redo everything that I did with him, but, you know, now I'm nervous because it corrupted my game last time. So I'll definitely be going through, deleting a lot more sims, bulldozing, not using the bulldoze button, completely wiping out properties because houses and all those items in them very much take up game space. So thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. It's been as cozy as it can be on such a downer topic. And I will see you next time in The Sims 4. Bye.